feel like it's also a form of mental warfare. You know, because if they have you in your mind, that white supremacy type of mindset, if you allow it to penetrate your mind and kind of paralyze you, you won't end up achieving and being who you're meant to be and fulfilling your purpose and living your best life. Hey you guys, it's your girl Funmi-Layo. Welcome back to my channel. I'm not gonna do my usual spiel just cause this one is gonna be a more serious topic today. We're gonna be talking about what happened to George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter protests that have been going on, and just pretty much everything that's going on in terms of racism right now in the world. First off, let me just start off by saying that I am tired. I'm freaking so tired of having to even iterate or see on the media things that invalidate the Black person's life. And I'm struggling to understand why people can't understand the concept of a Black person's life mattering. Like, I just don't get it. It's like humanity. Why wouldn't somebody's life matter? Okay, let me explain where I'm coming from. Somebody, not one time, but numerous people have been caught on camera. Numerous police officers have been caught on camera killing Black people. But for some reason, it just doesn't seem to matter. And to me, that is scary, that is traumatizing, that is, to me, I feel like it's trying to instill fear inside of me to let me know that, hey, I could be next. Somebody I love could be next. Somebody else that looks like me, you know, could be next. And it's damaging. It's honestly, it's paralyzing, because what that is telling me is kind of like a check on, you know, like, oh, don't worry, you can achieve A, B, C, or D. You know, you can go about thinking you're living your life and thinking that you can achieve, you know, get to A, B, C, or D place. But just know that at any point in time, we still got you. You know, and it's like, what? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why do you hate people so much because of the color of their skin? I don't understand. Like, I'm tired of seeing white police officers killing my people. I'm sick and tired of it. It's scary. I am tired of having to worry about myself or Black men, you know, just, or other Black women. Like, I just don't get it. Why are we still talking about this? Why is this still not a concept that people understand? What's hard? What's difficult to grasp? Help me understand, because I just don't see it. I don't get it. I don't understand how you can have video proof of something and that still not be enough. That you still try to come up with another reason as to why George Floyd, after the police officer had his knee on that man's neck for, you know, don't quote me, but for what I heard specifically to be the time of 9 minutes, that's not what killed him. Because what? Not that we didn't see it. So now let's take away, oh, our voices don't matter. If we say something happened, you'll ignore us. But no, now you have something on video, right? And you're saying, nah. What? Am I missing something? I just feel, I don't even want to say, I feel angry, but more so just tired. Like, I don't want to say defeated, but I was low-key, I was before feeling defeated. I was talking to my brother about it, and he was just like, he was even the one instilling more hope in me, because these type of things just make me feel like, yo, so at this point, like, come on, like, how do we really get change? How do we really get change? Because this is not a one-time thing. Obviously, there's George Floyd. Obviously, there's Breonna Taylor, a Black woman. Obviously, there's Ahmaud Arbery. You know, there's Philando Castile. There was Sandra Bland. You know, Eric Garner. Like, there have been so many people on video. This is not something we're just talking about. This is not some hearsay. This is something you see. Why isn't it enough? Why don't our lives matter to everybody? Like, you know what I mean? I just don't understand. Like, what? Honestly, it's just traumatizing. It's traumatizing because kind of the feeling of, I don't know, like, what is my part? What can I really do? Obviously, there are ways to help, but still, it's just like, bruh, how long? For how long are we gonna keep having this same conversation about some human life? You know what I mean? For how long, you know? Are people gonna continue to perpetuate the mindset that Black lives do not matter? Why? For what? Like, what do you get out of that? I really just don't understand it. This is straight off the dome. I'm just completely, just letting you guys know how I feel, because I'm frustrated. I want to have children, but then it's discouraging. I'm not gonna lie, it really is discouraging. And then I had to retrain myself in my mind and say, no, that's what they want you to think. That's what they want to stop you from, procreating and everything like that because of the color of your skin, because my kids will be Black, but I feel like it's also a form of mental warfare, because if they have you in your mind, that white supremacy type of mindset, if you allow it to penetrate your mind and kind of paralyze you, you won't end up achieving and being who you're meant to be and fulfilling your purpose and living your best life. So I'm trying to not think about it like that, and just with the police brutality and the other racism that is been going on, I'm trying not to let it really get to me, because I know, after really talking to myself, I know that how we get real change is by people infiltrating the system and seeing more Black faces in places of power in order to instill the changes and to change the policies and change the faces of healthcare, the faces of the judicial system, to change the system in general, because it's been proven the system is not working for us, nor was intended to, So, bruh, it just had me up in arms this year in general, but especially with this going on, I'm just like, God, please. There's a video, and I'll insert the clip here.
It's okay, I'm right here with you.
The young girl comforts her mother.
Mom, please stop saying cussing and screaming, because I don't want you to get shielded.
Okay, give me a kiss.
I can keep you safe.
It's okay, I got it, okay? I can't believe they just did that.
I wish this town was safer. I don't want it to be like this anymore.
The pair pray, unaware Castile has died.
Please, Lord, tell us, give us a sign that feels okay. Please, Lord, I just need a sign.
I tell God that we need him right home.
And in the video, when the girl was just crying, that little girl knew. She knew enough to be scared for her mother. She said I don't want you to get shooted. She didn't want the police to shoot, and she knew that was a possibility. So not only is the fear being put in us as an adults, but also, in the children, and it's not fair, it's not right. And I really, man, y'all, all we can do is pray, and for people doing the peaceful protest, doing the peaceful protest, also donating to to different bail funds, donating to posting stuff on Instagram and stuff. That's also helpful. But voting too, honestly, sometimes I was discussing with my friends, sometimes when we post on social media, we feel like, all right, I done enough. No, we have to also do things in the back end, because that's also what makes the real change. As of this day, I have not been a part of any protest, but I was able to donate to one of the bail funds, and I was able to vote, do my part in that sense. But even coming back, let me tell y'all what happened with the voting thing, because I just feel like, bro, what's going on? So as I was going to vote, while I was in line, I got the emergency alert again stating how there's curfew. So if you don't already know, I live in DC. So they're saying that there was curfew, and we had to be in the house by 7 p.m. But people who were healthcare workers or essential workers or media workers, as well as people voting, were exempt. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in line. The line is like so long, especially with social distancing. The line to vote in primaries where I went to go vote, extremely long. All right, bet. So I'm thinking to myself, yo, what if I don't make it, home on time? I purposely left early in order, because the time I was waiting in line for hours, but I left so early that I felt like, because I didn't expect that long line anyways, so I felt like I should make it home before time, because I was concerned. I knew that there was a curfew the previous day, and I thought I heard that there might be a curfew that day too, yesterday as well. But anyways, as I move on, so I was expecting there to be a curfew, but then I thought about it with the way the line was moving. I was like, oh man, I might not be able to make it home on time. But they said that people who voted would be fine. But there was a girl that she was handing out waters to everybody, and she was like, be careful, the curfew is still, be safe, the curfew is still on. And I'm thinking to myself, bruh, okay, they're saying that people who voted are going to be, they'll be fine. But at the end of the day, like, it just seemed a little bit tricky, because even if you have the sticker, it still puts you a little bit at risk. It still puts you a little bit like, even to have that interaction going back home, knowing that you're Black, whether it's on the walk back home or drive back home, having to have that interaction with the police, and that nervousness and that fear that's already in us because of everything that's going on, and all the people that we have seen certain white policemen kill on camera. It's scary. You get worried, and I was so scared. When I tell y'all, when I was walking home, I saw one of the big police trucks. I saw it was going straight past, and then it passed me a little bit, then it made a U-turn to turn back. I said, God, like, when I tell y'all, I was praying. I was like, God, please, God, please, God, please, God. You know what I mean? All I want to do is just vote. You know what I mean? All I want to do is make change in the way that I felt like I could make it. And it was rolling past, but luckily it went past me. But that moment alone, bro, it showed me like how much fear has already been instilled in some of us, where to even do our civic duty, to vote, to make the change for our people. It now becomes something that you feel like could put your life at risk, because I was wearing my sticker, but I was like, who's to say that anything can happen? But I just mean it I'm sweating. Hold on, y'all. Yes, anything can happen where the sticker can just go away. Somebody could easily take the sticker away and say, oh, so-and-so wasn't voting. But I just, I prayed. God protected me. Obviously, I made it home safely, and I haven't heard any news of anybody being arrested. So I'm hoping everybody else I was voting made it home safely. But I'm just saying, like, things like that can put somebody in a precarious situation just because of the color of your skin, or just can make you so fearful. And I hate this, because I know that we are not supposed to live life in fear. I've actually been reading a Bible plan on the Bible app about like avoiding fear and how to live past fear. And it's ironic that now this comes as well, but it's crazy. And I know that we're not supposed to be anxious in anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, we should present our requests to God, and that God is all powerful and He will fight for us. But it's so tough when we see these images. I'll speak for myself, when I see these stuff, I'm like, God, please, like, why? What's making this happen? Like, God, do something. God, make a change. But all of this, I will say, is just leading me to want to pray more, and actually praying more, and just being like, God, make something change, make something change. And it's tough, because it's like, even obviously I'm still working now, remotely from home, but when people at work ask, how are you doing? I say I'm doing well, but no, I'm not doing well at all. I'm actually not okay. But I don't want to have that conversation, I don't want to discuss. But I'm lucky to work for a company that they are literally, I'm so impressed with the way that they have been handling this, but they created a safe space and everything for us to like talk about stuff. But frankly, I'll be honest, right now I don't want to talk to everybody. I'm not ready to talk in mixed settings yet. You know, I am speaking here on this channel knowing I have views from people from all over. Love you guys. I really appreciate you guys for watching. It means so much to me. But I'm talking to you guys because I feel like from my channel, you gotten to see more videos of me, so like you know me a little bit more. And obviously I'm alone talking in my room to my camera, so I'm a bit more comfortable, and I already feel like I've established some rapport with you guys, even though I know people who don't know me have a chance of watching this video. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. I don't know. And everybody, you know, everybody has their own role too. You know, some people's role is to protest. Some people's role is to, you know, give money to the bail funds. Some people's role is to help organize in politics, or to help heal people, or to help, you know, educate people on financial wellness or business. You know, everybody has a different role in this. No role is, you know, not needed. Know where I feel personally, my opinion is know where your strength lies and contribute in that way. Because if you know that you're a bomb at friggin' rowing in a sailboat or whatever, no, that's a poor example. Let me find something else. Give me a minute. If you know you're a bomb at basket weaving, why are you shooting the ball at the gym? You know, that's not where you're gonna excel. You're probably gonna hold back that team. So just basket weave and let that be your contribution. You know what I mean? But in that same way though, I do still feel like we should be courageous and, you know, get out of our comfort zones in some ways, but just be mindful of where you can contribute the most. I feel like is what I'm telling myself. I'm not telling y'all. Let me rephrase that, because it's not, but if you wanna take it, take it. But that's just personally what my mindset has been, you know. And I've seen it a lot online as well. Ebony Davis, she had posted, everyone's role is not the same. Spirit is giving us all specific individual guidance. Tune out the news and tune into what you are supposed to be doing at this time. You know, trying to be mindful of what God is telling you to do at this time. The CCNYC had this post where they were mapping out roles in a social change ecosystem. So they have the weavers. The weavers see through lines of connectivity between people, places, organizations, ideas, and movements. The experimenters, they innovate, pioneer, and invent. They take risks and course correct as needed. There's the frontline responders. So they address community crisis by marshaling and organizing resources, networks, and messages. The visionaries, they imagine and generate our boldest possibilities, hopes and dreams, and remind us of our direction. The builders, they develop, organize, and implement ideas, practices, people, and resources in service of a collective vision. The caregivers, they nurture and nourish the people around by creating and sustaining a community of care, joy, and connection. The disruptors, they take uncomfortable and risky actions to shake up the status quo, to raise awareness, and to build power. The healers, they recognize and tend to the generational and current traumas caused by oppressive systems, institutions, policies, and practices. The storytellers, they craft and share community stories, cultures, experiences, histories, and possibilities through art, music, media, and movement. And then there are the guides. They teach, counsel, and advise using gifts of well-earned discernment and wisdom. So I loved that post, and I feel like I'm a combination of a couple of those, and I just really want to make sure that I am doing what I am meant to do and what I have the power to do and what I can actually do well during this time to help, you know, towards change. So in this video, my goal is just to raise awareness, to let you know how I feel. And if you feel the same way, so that you know that you're not alone, like definitely dealing with it too. And also another thing that was so annoying to me was the way that every time somebody dies, that's Black dies, the media tries to say stuff bad that they've done in their life. So who is God here to decide who should live or die? Like, so it's okay to kill people if they've done something bad in the past? I hate that the media does that to Black people. I hate it so much, and it was just really getting on my nerves. You know, sometimes when I hear them, when I hear certain people say like, oh yeah, so he was a good man. Really, when I hear certain white people say it, honestly, he say like, oh yeah, he was a good guy, he didn't deserve it. Okay, so either way, you're saying that there would be a right reason for him to be murdered like that? Like, I just don't understand it. Why do or saying things that people have done, and I get it, for in our communities, in our Black communities, the way that people have contributed to our communities is amazing, but sometimes it feels that when people bring up the good things that people have done, like just in general, not just in our communities, but just in general, it's kind of like showing that they brought some sort of significant value to white people. And I feel like that, not that they were meaning to imply that that should mean that they should be able to live, but I just feel like I feel like that promotes that, like you have to be bringing some sort of significant value to them in order for your life to mean something. No, or you don't have to do anything in order for you to not be killed, and it bothers me. I'm like, they could have done nothing. Either way, they shouldn't have been killed. You know what I mean? Or if they did something in the past and they paid for it, they shouldn't have been killed. So these types of things really frustrate me, and I don't know. As you can see, I have a lot of feelings on this. I'm working through them and trying to use my energy in a useful way. But yeah, ooh, y'all, I am sweating. Can y'all tell? I wonder if y'all can see on camera. Bruh, why is it so hot? But yeah, y'all, that's where I am. How do you feel? All my Black people out there, if you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and comment down in the comment box below on how you feel. This is a safe space for that. Everybody in general, though, I will say that I usually respond to every comment if I see it, but I might not on this one. Depending on what you say or depending on how I feel, I might not, just because of the space that I'm in, But I really appreciate you watching. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate you, and I really hope that you heal in the best way that works for you. And I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any tips for healing or self-care during this space, Go ahead and comment down below. I will be making a video about self-care during these times. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching, and I really pray for better days, man. I really pray for better days. Justice for George Floyd, justice for Breonna Taylor, and justice for Ahmaud Arbery.